And we are live on a Friday night, all in on high school sports, Friday night scoreboard. Jennifer Valenti, Kurt Valenti, all in on high school sports. How are you?
Good. Good evening, everyone.
Let's get right to the results. We had a packed card tonight of some great high school football games, a couple upsets, a couple blowouts, a couple games where it could have went either way.
A little bit of everything.
So let's get right to it. Go ahead, Jen.
Let's back up to Thursday night action where we had Palisades Park hosting Weehawken. Palisades Park improves to 3-2 with a 39-18 win. We just had
Coach Kroenke
on Thursday, and so congratulations to them on getting their third win of the season. All right, some Friday night action. I'll just run down the list.
Yeah, well, actually, let's start with the game of the week. The Clifton, and we'll do Clifton Northern Highlands.
Okay.
Dimitri Ford saying, have the score of the Becton game.
We do have the score.
You know
what?
Let's give it to her first.
Let's go right there then. Becton is victorious 44-6 over Sea Caucus, improving to 5-1. Becton is so
with a huge game next week, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But let's get to the Clifton Northern Highlands game. Both teams undefeated.
Right, coming in. Clifton hosting. Close in the first half. And Northern Highlands kind of ran away with it in the second half.
Yeah, Clifton scores right out of the gate. They have a pick six by the kid Swayze, who's been scoring all kinds of ways this year.
Northern Highlands answers with the safety.
With a safety, I'm going to say it in that Dimitri saying thanks. No, thank you for tuning in.
Watching. Yeah.
Clifton's defense kept them in that game the whole first half. Clifton had a little problem offensively moving the ball. But, hey, that's a big shout-out to Northern Highlands.
Yeah, absolutely.
Second half, Northern Highlands, they had a pick six for a touchdown. That kind of put the game away. But, listen, two really good teams. I think two teams that we'll definitely hear from come playoff time. But, hey, hats off to Northern Highlands. They got the better of Clifton tonight.
It was a big game, yeah. Yep.
And, I've seen a lot. I'll tell you this about that. I saw a little Twitter trash between a couple of nice little schools tonight talking about going forward. So hopefully we can see that game at some point. But no, hey, Clifton's gonna have a nice run in the playoffs. Congratulations to Highlands. Great game tonight.
Now I'm just going to run down the board a little bit. We had Hawthorne-Garfield on our board. Hawthorne shuts out Garfield and improves 36-0 and improves to 4-1. We had one of our games that our pickers were split on, Woodridge traveling to Wallington, and Woodridge gets back on track, beating Wallington 17-7.
Nice road victory for Coach Catrona after two tough losses.
Yep. And this was a good game. This was another one where I felt like our pickers were a little not only just divided, but also felt like you could have picked either way. We have slight upset, I would say, PCTI with a 9-6 overtime victory over Eastside.
Yes, field goal in overtime to win it. Congratulations to PCTI. Again, another team that's had a ridiculous tough schedule. And, hey, Eastside, like we said, is a very good team. They only lost by, I want to say, 8 points to a Northern Highland team. So it's a nice big win for PCT tonight.
Yep. Westwood travels to Lakeland and defeats them 21-17. Also, potentially a little bit of an upset there as well. Our Wayne Hills travel to Pascack Valley overtime. Pascack Valley scores on their first possession, does not get the extra point. Wayne Valley has their possession, has the chance to maybe tie it, win it, but Pascack Valley is victorious 13-7.
Yeah, and again, another tough loss for Wayne Hills. So now I think it's 4 losses by 18 points, and they host Ramapo next week in one of the bigger games of the weekend for next week.
Nice segue. Speaking of Ramapo, they put up 50 points on the board tonight.
Yeah, we were all wrong. Me and Kenny kept saying we're not going to score 40. They didn't. They scored 50.
They improved to 6-0 with a 50-20 win over Wayne Valley. We have Dumont blanking Fort Lee by a score of 35-0. Another game that we had highly touted, I would say, was the Caldwell-Cedar Grove game. Another battle of the unbeatens. Caldwell comes out that one victorious in this Essex County battle, 30-22. moving on. Another up. Our partnership with Jersey Sporting News, right? They asked us tonight who was our lock. And what was our reply?
Ramsey.
We said all of our panelists picked Ramsey.
Congratulations, Coach Bear.
Coach Bear felt a little pressure when he
Oh,
I don't know if he tuned in right at that time.
And not only
saw
the
it.
offense, the defense would have. I mean, Hanover Park, a lot of points scored, and would they score 7 tonight?
Yep.
Kept them to 7.
Yep.
They put up another 40. So great win.
A 49-7.
49-7, and
improving to 6-0.
Listen, we'll get into the Tuesday, but we start talking down the road. Ramsey, they're tough, man. They are tough.
Going to squeeze in our Maryland friends in here. Huntingtown, who's been a fan favorite of ours, kind of our adopted Maryland team, entered tonight's contest at 5-0. They get their first loss to a tough North Point team. They lost 36-20.
Yeah, a little bit of an upset. I know. I believe North Point's a little bigger school, but still, you know, we're looking for the showdown next week. A big rivalry. Would have been both undefeated teams. So Huntingtown slips up a little bit. Again, big one next week to come back, but was a little bit of an upset tonight.
Those were the scores that were on our panel that we picked the games of, but we have some other scores, that we wanted to report as well. Hackensack with a school record set tonight in their 49-12 victory over Passaic. Curtis Whiting set a school record for scoring 7 touchdowns.
And just so you know, when you say like school record at Hackensack, I mean there's been unbelievable amount of talented players back there. So for him to get that record, congratulations to him.
7 touchdowns at any school.
Exactly.
That's 49,
Exactly. Something for the record books. Something he'll remember for the rest of his life.
Lyndhurst over Lodi, 49-15.
Coach Tuero with a nice bounce back after a heartbreaking loss to Waldwick last week. Congrats, Coach.
Waldwick blanks Manchester, 35-0.
Kenny is saying something about no connection at work. We'll listen later on. Huntington suffered first loss 36-20.
Okay. Alrighty. And then we have Mountain Lakes beating Verona 35-28, and a big Bergen Catholic numbers putting up 63. Bergen Catholic 63, Paramus Catholic 0. And that rounds out our scores for the Friday night action of some of our area teams.
Just so we know, a game we did pick is postponed. If you want to give that one out real quick.
Which one?
The Hudson Catholic, Morris Catholic.
Oh, we did. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that's what you were referring to. Yes, we did mention on our show on Thursday. It had been postponed until Monday, but now is not being played on Monday, if I'm not mistaken, either. So, yeah.
And the best part of this only being Friday. Tomorrow we still have tons of games. Peters, Joe's, Rutherford, Pompton Lakes is a good one.
Del Barton, Bosco.
I mean, that's just now. This is day 2 of this weekend. And I'm getting ready for next week, a week from tomorrow night. Again, we're going to have Ramapo, Wayne Hills. We're going to have Heights, Beckton. Those are just 2 games that we're looking forward to. Division championships now going to be at stake. Bigger games, bigger crowds. It's going to be awesome. By the way, the Clifton crowd tonight was incredible.
It was their homecoming.
It was their homecoming. I want to give a shout out. Their band right now has to be one of the best bands that we've seen.
Job.
Unbelievable from the beginning of the game throughout the game. It was a great atmosphere there.
Yep.
And that's what I think we're going to have going forward. Like all these games now, it's going to be, the stakes are bigger. Getting into playoff season, like I said, division championships and getting ready for the postseason. Real quick before we go, most impressive team for you tonight.
Oh gosh. You know what? I'm going to be honest, it might be Northern Highlands. Yeah. I mean, I know we watched that game, obviously, but just I was expecting that one to be a little closer. I think I have to pick them tonight.
Okay.
How about you?
I'm going to go Ramsey. I'm going to go Coach Bears, Ramsey. Listen, they're always going to put up points. Their defense has been giving up points going into tonight, but for a team against Hanover Park, who's been putting up a lot during the year, to give up 7, listen, They play like that defensively. They're going to be very hard to beat no matter what. They play defense like that. I don't think anyone's can beat them. I don't know. So listen, I'm high on Ramsey.
This is how I kind of feel about the Northern Highlands team.
And again, Ramapo
against a talented Clifton
Oh,
offense.
you know what?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Their Highlands defense tonight was phenomenal. Again, and Clifton's defense too. Don't take anything away from them because
No, they did.
Northern
They played
Highlands,
their
the
hearts
quarterback. Listen, they got an unbelievable offense too, and that defense kept them in. But Highlands,
And we talked about this during that game. Their defense was on the field a lot.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of time. So, yeah.
so that's it. So
Yeah.
maybe hopefully tomorrow we'll come back. Little Saturday action, get their scoreboard going, and that's it. We'll see everybody tomorrow night for scores and Tuesday night.